For more than 70 years, American historians have wrongly blamed an Australian aircrew for contributing to a Second World War naval disaster. 1,200 Allied sailors died in the Battle of Savo Island in the Solomons. The sole survivor of the aircrew is now 94 years old, and he's never stopped fighting to have history corrected. Adam Harvey reports.
August 1942, desperate days in World War II. After the disaster at Pearl Harbor, US forces are finally striking back against the Japanese at Guadalcanal in the Solomon Islands.
Under cover of the fleet's concentrated fire, the Marines land. The attack took the Nips completely by surprise, but Japanese reinforcements are on their way, and the Allied fleet stands by.
The Marines have a toehold, but they're vulnerable to counterattack. An Australian aircrew is on the lookout. 4 young men, average age 22.
When we joined up, we became friends, and we were friends for the rest of our lives. I'm the sole survivor and the last man standing.
Eric Geddes is radio operator and gunner. His battle didn't end in 1945. For 70 years, he's been fighting a terrible slur against his crew.
If I printed in tomorrow's newspaper that you were responsible for the death of 1,023 sailors, how would you feel? We were angry, and we couldn't believe that this could be. We just couldn't believe it.
Eric Geddes and the crew of the Lockheed Hudson were part of an RAAF squadron at Milne Bay in New Guinea.
They were all low-level patrols, and our purpose was to gather intelligence about Japanese movements in the areas, whether or not they were active or whether they just weren't about or what was happening.
His immaculate logbook records each patrol, including one on August the 8th, 1942, the day after the Marines land at Guadalcanal.
I could nominate that particular event from takeoff to landing, and I wouldn't miss a trick.
The Hudson crew tracked north from Milne Bay over Goodenough Island and spotted a Japanese convoy steaming towards Guadalcanal. How far away were they?
Well, we didn't need the binoculars to work it out, let's put it that way. They then sent up 2 fighters to take care of us. So we thought, well, we can't stand and fiddle around with these people because we've got to deliver this intelligence. And I promptly got onto the radio and tried to contact Milne Bay.
There was no answer. Eric Geddes kept tapping away in Morse code on his radio transmitter.
When we arrived back at Milne Bay, they were surprised we were back early, and the intelligence officer arrived at the end of the runway when we landed, and we were debriefed, and we gave them precisely what I've just told you.
Thanks to the Australians' work, the Allied ships defending Guadalcanal should have known what was coming. But Eric Geddes' warning was not acted upon, with devastating consequences at a place called Savo Island. The HMAS Canberra was part of the fleet.
Then night, and a counterattack by Japanese warships.
I was officer watch on the bridge of Canberra. We were just sitting there when suddenly this cruiser force of 5 heavy cruisers, 1 destroyer and 2 light cruisers suddenly attacked us. We were out of the war after 2.5, 3 minutes.
The Allies were routed. More than 1,000 sailors died. 3 US ships and the Canberra were lost.
Well, the Battle of Savo Island was undoubtedly the most humiliating defeat at sea suffered by the US Navy during the entirety of the Second World War.
And the Aussies got the blame.
To the Americans, it looked like